I want to show her. Noah will be chemicals that I got, and I hold them up to her and go, "Hey, look what I got you."
Can I notice anything about them?
You think there are certain pills that, if in very, very, very light dosages used, could have recreational effects.
Right, how many are there?
2 of them, but that could very well be 20 doses.
Right, okay.
Artemis will go to the workbench and start to enhance some of the goggles and earbuds, preferably trying to make them into like protective gear for like the reckless Cinder to wear.
You start doing so. Cinder?
I'm going to assume this is the one with the key. So she's just going to take a nice good old look at that.
You think this is custom built, very delicate, and it's impeccably designed, but it seems rather inconvenient to go through all this trouble to make a physical key so delicate, so complex, when there is technology to encrypt, guard, and to lock things behind. And it seems to belong to the old world.
Interesting. I'll show it to Noah and Artemis to see what they think.
Artemis, the design is very similar to that of the typewriter, for example, which again had this same obsession of keeping things secret, keeping things safe and locked or confidential without the usage of actual digital technology.
It might be like a waste of time, but can I go check the CCTV footage to see if the key was ever used anywhere or anyone in specific had it?
With the zoom, you see it passed from Norman to Mr. Lawman.
At what stage? And what were they doing when it was passed to me?
The one time when you see it happen, it's before the last footage. However, it seems very casual. It's not like anything new. It seems to just be something that Lawman had given to Norman previously as well, and perhaps is getting it back. But it is kept from the rest of the family.
Artemis will tell both of them about that.
Cinder, in what direction would you like to train Alice? Again, it seems very surprising how quickly Alice seems to even physically grow with exercise stimuli.
I'm gonna start working on strength. I essentially want her to be able to go if there is an enemy, human or whatever, and tackle them like canine dogs would, and keep a hold of them with jaw strength.
You start the training, and Sachiko?
Sachiko also changes into pants and t-shirt.
All right. You can even use the pod to do it instantly. Just.
I want to continue inspecting the skull.
Mm-hmm.
Do I learn anything about the kinds of mutations Mr. Lawman was going through, or were they just random mutations?
The mutations on Mr. Lawman seemed to have been much less offensive, a lot more defensive.
All right, so based on how he behaved, do I think he acted like an animal who was acting in a very automatic way, or was there signs of intelligence in how he moved and the other evidence I can see?
If there was anything automatic, it would be just degrees of insanity. And another strange thing that you notice is that while this person was beaten up, they don't seem to show much of a defense being put up. Instead, it seems like the ground was being hit in multiple areas.
I'm leaning toward thinking that he was looking for something important. When I look around the room, do I see anything he might have come for? Can I throw all the clothes out of the pod and see if I find anything?
You find a stamp, and it just reads, Norman copied you. The tips of the letters have been made blunt with excessive hitting.
Oh, add the stamp to my inventory, and one last time to completely make sure I look through every cranny and hole of the pot.
The place, especially the parts where he had hit the ground, whatever trace of him had been obsessively tried to be erased. You think, again, you've seen Amelia do these types of things and keep the house clean. Other than that, nothing specific that you find.
Sachiko, wants to go to the shelter, and once there is an opportunity, she wants to talk to everyone.
Artemis, Noel, and Cinder. You are all together and you're watching the other Cinder train Alice, this time for strength.
I also want the goggles to have be slightly reinforced so they don't shatter as easily.
You got it.
Lovely. I shall go and give them to precious, wonderful, lovely, reckless Cinder.
It's like we want to save Artemis at all costs to keep Artemis. And everybody wants to make sure Cinder is safe because she does the dumb shit. Does Cinder see all the chemicals that was brought down?
Yes.
Wasn't there more cleaning equipment downstairs?
Yep.
Let's go look at those. He shall be all gentlemanly to reckless Cinder, letting her go first.
Do I have any doses of this stuff, or would I have to convert them
Are you talking about
of these pills?
the pills? You can just break it off whenever you want to use it. You have the 2 pills.
I want to break off 1 dose worth. Not gonna mix it with anything. I'm gonna start huffing the fuck out of it.
So Cinder's like, so yeah, we can totally use this to make a smoke bomb with that. Maybe what are you doing?
I don't respond. I just keep huffing it through the socket. I put up 1 finger, trying to sign only 1 dose.
I was wondering which finger it was.
Yeah.
Very strong burn in your nose. You feel like you're losing morale just to endure the startup of the drug. Your whole body feels sore, and every bit of touch and every bit of pain feels more stingy than sore.
But you won't get COVID-19.
You're immune.
Can I recognize any benefits of this instantly, or do I need to keep testing?
For now, you don't recognize anything good necessarily. So Chico, you're down together with Cinder Center in the shelter.
So Sachiko says, can I have a conversation with everyone?
Alrighty.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. At this point, I'm still following the group huffing away.
Sachiko says, I thought we might have a meeting about what we are going to do with Emilia again. As far as I know, Logan has managed to surprise her sometimes, but the David skin has saved her. We know how we can hide from her. We can reverse engineer the process she uses to find Logan. And I guess when she turns her back from us, we can attack her with some electrical thing that would give her a heart attack and kill her. But I see 2 obstacles to this. Number 1 is the same David skin, and number 2 is how are we going to create enough electricity to hit it with her from behind. But I thought, since all of you have been exploring as well, I wanted to see if anyone has any idea how we can overcome these 2 problems.
And we already have the wires upstairs that I pulled.
So do you think that would make the David skin useless too?
The skin isn't everywhere, is it?
The only parts that do have entries are just parts that are loose and have a few holes with the multiple layers that you have to, tangle with her and just go through. So it would be more dangerous going down that route.
Can't you repurpose any of the weapons you found to, shoot the wire at her?
Since we have some of the, baby's skin, as grotesque as that sounds, are we not able to take a closer look at it to see what we could do to damage it easier?
Also, where can we hide if we have the wires? You see what I mean? I mean, we should use the small window when she gives up looking for Logan and turns her back.
We also have that bloody massive shield as well.
Cinder seemed to have found some interesting weapons. Do you think any of them might be useful?
Yeah, actually, hey Noel, I know you're busy, but I'm gonna need that last shell that you took. I only have 3 shells for this weapon, and I'm probably gonna need all of it.
Yeah, he hands it over.
Thank you. This weapon that I have, this rifle, can in fact burn through skin. It would be our best bet.
Does that include baby skin?
would we want to waste one of our own armors to see if this thing burns through it or not?
One thing you do know, though, Cinder, is that this has nothing to do with electricity. The way this does things is actually basically a catalyst that works with living cells. That's why it's such a powerful weapon.
If Cinder explains this to me, would my biological knowledge be enough to see if it can burn through the baby skin too or not?
Yep, it could burn through the skin and flesh very strongly.
Sachiko says, so we need to orchestrate 2 attacks on Emilia. One to burn the skin. Maybe the thing would be enough to destroy her flesh too, but if not, we need a second attack to attack her with, electricity.
Honestly, I think once we take out the baby skin, if we lead the brother to her and he sees that she doesn't have the skin, he might take her out for us.
Do we know for sure that he'd actually go for the kill, though?
I think I know that for sure, don't I, DM?
For what Cinder studied, from what you said as well, it seems like it's pretty animalistic. It's just hunting. It doesn't know anything other than doing exactly that. It's just completely aggressive. It might not understand the concept of death, but yeah.
I don't think we can lead the brother. The brother is right now a bigger mystery to us than Emilia, but I think what we can do, if we destroy the skin, he will eventually find her and kill her, but I don't think we can afford to wait for that too. I say we attack her again with the electricity. So 3 parts: hiding spot, baby burning gun, electricity. These are the 3 steps we should take.
I'll shoot it, and Reckless will kind of speak up and say, yeah, I'll electrocute the bitch. It's finding a way to do it that possibly won't kill me.
If we just want to shoot it, it's easier than if we want to attack its back. Tell me what you think about this plan. I will go to the storage room in basement, prepare a good hiding spot for myself that she won't suspect to be Logan's, like, I don't know, a metal box on the ground. And then poke the skin. She comes down, she sees there's no one, she will go out. When she's leaving, you step out of the boiler room, you shoot her ass, and then you go back to the boiler room.
Yeah.
So, Artemis, Noel, what you guys think about the plan I just mentioned?
Sounds fabulous.
Whatever, man.
We've got to start working on doing this now.
Yeah, and we get to kill at least 2 of the possible 6 monsters that are in this house.
Noel, what do you need to reroute the electricity into the wires?
Probably about 5 minutes.
Alright.
What do we want to reroute it to?
Reroute the electricity to the wires that we pulled up in the boiler room, please.
I will do so. During this time, I will be taking painkillers.
You guys can all see Noel just shaking and seeming very agitated and angry.
Also, I think we should try to do it all in one go, the attack. Because if she has the skin off her, we could try to put water on the ground and then fry her when she's trying to potentially run away or run towards the, boiler room or just leave.
We also need to keep in mind the possibility that it might break its own rule and attack the boiler room, so you must be ready to jump down the vent, because I don't think it would be able to fit into the vent and come to the shelter.
So we'll have 2 cinders in the boiler room, one with the gun, one with the electricity. The cinder with the electricity is going to find some rubber and make them into basically mitts, so that way she's not conducting that electricity into herself.
While they are inventing, I want to look for a metal crate that would fit my body.
You could repurpose one of the storeroom containers.
Can Artemis make some little rubber boots for Reckless Cinder, if he can find any materials?
All right.
Is there anything else that anybody can think of before we do this?
Succ will go to the bathroom right before the mission. But if we are going to go up there as 3 people, we need to make decisions about who gets to wear the armor. Personally speaking, because my body is a piece of shit, but I still don't want to die, but there is a danger that Amelia might find me, I would like to wear one, but and I think the Cinder with the gun should wear one, but do you want both of them?
In fact, I'm probably going to be wearing Bands 18 melee protective sleeved
Yeah,
vest.
the melee one.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and have the center wear the skin and allow Sachika to wear the other one.
Succ wears the baby skin and then says, I can't believe I would say this one day, but I'm inside a baby.
No.
Succ takes the metal crate and goes to the storeroom.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I'll just keep watch down in the shelter.
So, the idea I'm getting from this, it's like, it makes you go berserk.
Seems like it. You're very irritable at the moment, and everything hurts.
The gym isn't safe right now, is it? No one's anywhere near.
No, if you're gonna go anywhere, I think the best place would be the boiler room, just so you can GTFO if anything goes wrong.
I can use perks to try and increase your chances of hitting. Until then, beating up the exercise equipment. I want to get the exercise bike and I just want to start thrashing it around and fucking kicking it and pushing it over.
Are we ready to go? Does everybody know what they're going to do?
So Succ, she's going into the storeroom. She's calling down Amelia. Hopefully she's not going to die. When Amelia is leaving again, you want to shoot Amelia's back.
Yes.
Okay, Succ and her metal crate go to the fucking storeroom.
Actually, what would be better is if you take the bag back in there and put it back where it was. You could fit inside of it. It's a big bag.
Succ says, I wish you had that idea before I drag this metal fucking crate off the vent.
Cinder will just kind of quietly push it to the center and have Cinder go get the bag and bring it up.
You are there, in the bag, in the storeroom, near the elevator, on the ground in a heavy weapon bag.
I will poke the skin and quickly hide in the back.
Beauty! Things to kill down in the storeroom. And then... down the hallway, and first into the wine room. You hear... coming out. She goes in, looking around. A moment passes. She goes towards the elevator, and then turns again. Gets out, starting to run back down the hallway.
Shooting her.
Yep. Insanely bright. Pushes through and ignites this, and it just goes burning through the skin and some of the flesh, and even dissolving some bone, and splashing this mist of red in the air that quickly turns black and gets dissolved on its own as well, almost leaving no trace. Runs back towards the door, still not looking.
Succ stays the fuck hidden. Let me just make that completely clear.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot her again in the front this time.
Burns through the flesh, burns through the skin, exposing lots of flesh and even some organs, some bones. It seems like the only thing that's helping her is just how many layers of blubber and muscle she has on top. As she runs forward, her shoulder hits against you, is now rushing toward the back wall of the boiler room.
In this moment,
GTFO, homie.
Yeah, I'm gonna run for my life.
Reckless is just going to push Center out of the way.
It's enough for neither of you to really get hurt. However, one of you would be fallen. Which one would it be?
We will let Cinder Center fall.
You push her out of the way. Cinder Center falls. Amelia goes right against the wall. Quickly turns around.
He's gonna start giving himself pep talks to make himself run upstairs and help.
Succ, as she's hiding, she closes her eyes and tries to keep the thought of Cinder getting killed out of her mind.
Cinder Reckless,
All in and charge her.
running angrily towards you.
I'm gonna use Mother's Love.
Her arms open, and she stops herself by putting both arms over door instead. Just the expression and the sudden stature. Mother?
I love you. Zip.
She starts shaking, and you hear bones breaking as her muscles tighten. Extra tendons and muscles grown in different weird shapes tear herself apart. Hitting the ground and then blood flowing out. Silence washes over after that last thought.
Artemis finishes his pep talk and runs up trying to help.
Succ runs immediately, studies both Cinders to see if they need medical attention.
Both Cinders just smile brightly.
They did this without a scratch.
The wall did.
So Succ sighs deeply and says, "Oh my god, thank the fucking asshole who created this universe."
Cinder feels accomplished.